Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Good evening. Thanks for choosing Big Fox News. I'm Nick Smith. As the current legislative session draws closer to an end, New York lawmakers are weighing an early retirement program for public workers and teachers. In tonight's top story, Matt Kleindist joins us from Corning with how unions are reacting to the proposal.
Good evening, Nick. The bill would cut down the retirement age for eligible employees by 10 years. One union is in support of the bill. However, another one is a little bit more wary about it. Two lawmakers from Westchester are floating an early retirement incentive for state and municipal workers as well as teachers. Employees aged 50 with 25 years of service would be eligible, and early retirement penalties would be eliminated for employees aged 55 with 10 years of service. The bill's sponsors claim it would increase savings for agencies and school districts. The New York State United Teachers Union has been supportive of any legislation offering early retirement to teachers. However, the Public Employees Federation has been more wary of the bill.
This proposed early retirement incentive legislation appears friendly on the surface, but dangerous if enacted as written.
PEF President Wayne Spence in a press conference argued that any early retirement bill must include provisions to hire new employees in order to prevent staffing shortages. Spence also objected to a provision that would allow state agencies to opt in or out of the program, which could freeze out potentially eligible workers.
Some state employees might think that they will be eligible based on their time in service and then find out that their agency or manager did not pick them in participating, leading to additional favoritism and agitation amongst the state workforce.
This bill is one of several that have been introduced over the years. However, none have passed. Matt Kleindist, Big Fox, WYDC in Corning.
An increase in the number of vaccinations is driving reopenings in parts of the country. This as health experts raise concerns that new outdoor mask guidance could contribute to vaccine hesitancy. Jonathan Siri has more.
Some Americans are facing new COVID-19 shutdowns. Today, Oregon will ban indoor dining in parts of the state as hospitalizations rise. New restrictions are also expected in Washington state next week. But it's a different situation on the East Coast, where New York City is making plans to fully reopen on July 1st.
I'm ready. I'm vaccinated. Everyone I know is vaccinated. It's so easy to get vaccinations now.
We would like the city to thrive again.
Mayor Bill de Blasio cited increased vaccinations as a reason for the reopening. More than half of U.S. adults have gotten at least one dose of a COVID-19 vaccine, and roughly 40% are fully vaccinated.
What we've seen in the last weeks has been stunning progress in terms of reducing the levels of COVID, greatly increasing the numbers of vaccinations.
But there are concerns the CDC's new outdoor mask guidance could contribute to vaccine hesitancy. The changes announced this week allow for fully vaccinated people to go without masks outdoors unless in a crowd. But some health experts argue the guidelines don't offer a strong enough incentive for people hesitant to get a shot. Today, President Biden explained why he'll continue to wear a mask in public.
It's making sure that your wife, your children, if in fact they haven't been vaccinated, making sure that they're not going to get sick.
The CDC recommends fully vaccinated people continue wearing masks in indoor public gatherings. In Atlanta, Jonathan Siri, Fox News.
Health officials worry that the COVID pandemic isn't over yet, but don't tell Delta Airlines. That empty middle seat on the carrier's flights is about to be a thing of the past. Pete Muntean reports on why that decision is being made and the opinions that back it.
The newest changes to pandemic air travel will make it look more like before the pandemic. Delta Airlines will resume selling middle seats starting Saturday, a move made by all other major carriers months ago.
It is safe to get back out there, to go out into the world and see folks in your life.
Ranjan Goswami heads Delta's in-flight operations. Its latest estimate, almost 75% of Delta passengers have received at least one dose of the coronavirus vaccine. Airlines say they could not continue capping capacity without a serious increase in fares.
The vaccination rate is really helping. We know our customers are feeling confident about it, or they wouldn't be booking in such large numbers.
But the latest modeling from the CDC says leaving middle seats empty reduces the risk of coronavirus exposure by as much as 57%. But the airline industry slammed the modeling for not considering vaccines or the impact of masks. now mandated on planes by the Biden administration. Harvard University found masks and heavily filtered air on board makes coronavirus transmission rates very low, regardless of where you sit.
It's the many things together at the same time do greatly reduce the risk of air travel, and in particular provides a safe opportunity for people, given the ventilation, given the wearing of masks, given the disinfection on the planes, given the individual and personal hygiene attention, that does allow for that middle seat to be occupied.
Industry groups think flying will look more like normal as more people get vaccinated. Some airlines are now bringing back in-flight food and drink service, something flight attendants fear could blur the message.
As these policies are going away and we're seeing fuller aircraft, it is more important than ever that we are vigilant about those mask policies.
New ideas to bring passengers back are coming from all corners of the aviation industry. Plane maker Airbus envisions a future of seats arranged in pandemic-friendly pods. This design from the University of Cincinnati imagines a productivity class, part plane, part coffee house.
I'm excited, to see the future of where some of these ideas might take us and where the industry might go in the future. So every crisis can also be an opportunity.
President Biden making a push for his American Jobs Plan with a stop in Philadelphia, commemorating the 50th anniversary of Amtrak. The president believes that service is critical to how Americans will travel in the future. Lauren Blanchard has the latest from Washington.
President Biden flying to Philadelphia to help Amtrak celebrate their 50th anniversary at 30th Street Station.
That Amtrak doesn't just carry us from one place to another, it opens up enormous possibilities.
He was known during his time as a senator and vice president as Amtrak Joe for being a regular rider between D.C. and his home in Delaware. Friday's event was also a chance for him to push his infrastructure bill, the $2.3 trillion American Jobs Plan, which would include money to strengthen the nation's rail system. Amtrak says it will add dozens of new routes over the next decade plus and improve service on existing routes.
We have a once-in-a-generation opportunity to position Amtrak and rail, and intercity rail as well, in general, to play a central role in our transformation and transportation economic future, to make investments that can help America get back on track, no pun intended.
While Republicans agree that things like trains, roads, and airports need updating through an infrastructure bill, they say the president's plan goes off the rails by considering climate issues and Medicare part of infrastructure. The administration says the infrastructure bill would be paid for by the Made in America tax plan over the next 15 years by raising the corporate tax rate and closing loopholes. The White House says they will not raise taxes on those making under $400,000 per year.
They say only the corporations are going to pay for this, and only the rich are going to pay for it. Okay, if you believe that, I got a bridge to sell you.
President Biden's tour to sell his proposed spending plans doesn't end in Philly. He'll be in Virginia on Monday. In Washington, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
Derek Chauvin and 3 other former police officers will soon be facing federal civil rights violations, according to Minneapolis media. Based on local reports, the Department of Justice intends to prosecute all 4 officers in connection with George Floyd's death. The Minneapolis Star-Tribune says the DOJ intends to ask a grand jury to indict Chauvin, J. Alexander King, Thomas Lane, and Tu Thao. Chauvin is scheduled to be sentenced in June for second-degree unintentional murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter. The other 3 former Minneapolis police officers face trial in August for aiding and abetting second-degree murder in George Floyd's death. Authorities in Buffalo, New York are searching for a missing college student. The 19-year-old was last seen on Saturday leaving her dorm room. Olivia Proya spoke with her mother.
This has been the worst 4 days of my life. I've never experienced anything like this. I don't wish this on any parent, and I just really want to focus on finding her.
19-year-old Sanaya Dennis's mother, father, and sister have all come to Western New York from New York City to search for her.
No activity on her credit cards. Nobody has seen her. Nobody has heard from her. I'm asking anybody who's seen or heard from her to just let us know we're concerned, we're here.
Dennis is a sophomore studying engineering at Buffalo State College. She works at Project Flight in the Buffalo and the Erie County Library.
She attends work on a regular basis. She's never been a no-call, no-show. She does very well in school. She's always been on honor roll since elementary. She's always been a high achiever. She takes those things very seriously, and this is very much out of her character.
So this is probably the only one where we've ever had where someone has been missing for 5 days with no contact with family, friends, or anybody, and no activity or information to lead us that either to their location or at least that they're out there and engaging in activity.
Police at Buffalo State say they have subpoenaed Dennis's phone records for more information.
We have no indication of foul play at this point in time, and so we're really at a loss to give an accurate representation as to where the student has gone and what activity she's engaged in.
Buffalo State Police are asking those with any information about Dennis's whereabouts call 716-878-6333 or email police@buffalostate.edu.
We love her and we miss her, and we're just asking that if you have her or if anybody knows where she's at, please just contact us and return her to us.
Still ahead tonight, a heartwarming story out of Kansas. A December Christmas wish list sent to Santa by balloon finally found.
I was deer hunting. I went to my other stand to check it out, and I saw the balloon in a treetop.
How a stranger more than 600 miles away made a dream come true for 4-year-old twins in a different state.
Here's your local stock market update from Big Fox. Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
Tonight's Big Fox forecast is brought to you by William Mattar. Good evening, everyone. I'm meteorologist Kim Walker with your weather update. Our chance of snow will continue into the overnight. Our future radar is showing there still could be a few snow showers mixing in with some rain from Hornell to Bath, Corning, Elmira. It looks like most of our hometowns will get in on the action. But the good news is most of this activity will start to wind down after 1 o'clock in the morning. Notice that around 1 o'clock, most of us will be in the clear. Binghamton and to the east, we'll see a few more snow showers and then all dissipate as we head into the early morning hours on Saturday. Temperatures today a lot cooler than they were yesterday because of the rain and the cloud cover. 3 degrees cooler in Elmira, 6 in Corning, about 2 in Watkins Glen, and also in Bath. We are expecting high pressure to build in tomorrow. That will leave us with dry conditions for most of the day on Saturday, but then late in the day into Sunday, our chances of rain will start to increase again. But here's a look at your forecast for your Saturday. It is going to be pretty cold as we start off the day. Readings will be in the 30s. It's been a while since we've seen lows in the 30s, and at 57 degrees by 2, 60 degrees warmer tomorrow than today at 4 o'clock, and then by 6 o'clock, increasing cloud cover with temperature readings in the 50s. So we should enjoy some sunshine. Take advantage of it because by Sunday we have another storm system that will come through, and it is going to bring some showers back. There could be a few thunderstorms by early next week. We have a series of systems that will come through, and so it's going to keep the rain chances going from Sunday through the middle of the week. So our future radar is showing quiet weather through much of the day on Saturday, and then around 7 o'clock in the evening there could be a few isolated showers and then more shower activity as we head into the overnight into your Sunday. So as we wake up tomorrow or on Sunday morning, there could be 1 or 2 stray showers, but I think most of the day will be dry. And then in the evening, more showers will start to develop and will linger until the evening hours. And then another system comes in on Monday that will bring more shower activity and possibly a few thunderstorms that will be a little bit more widespread by Monday afternoon. But here's a look at your forecast. Tonight, we drop down barely above freezing in Elmira, 35 degrees in Corning, 31 degrees below freezing in Perkinsville. There will be some rain and snow mix through about 2 o'clock, but then by early tomorrow morning, that should give way to a little bit drier conditions. I think we're going to stay dry through much of Saturday, but there could be a few passing afternoon showers, but it's not going to add up to much. We are going to warm up into the 60s in Corning and Elmira. 68 degrees on Monday with chances of rain, and then thunderstorms could be possible by the middle of the week. Cooler air returns by the end of next week.
It's an effort that U.S. health officials say will save hundreds of thousands of lives. The FDA making a move to ban menthol in cigarettes and all flavored cigars. Mandy Gaither has the latest in today's Health Minute.
It's the first step in a long road.
For far too long, certain populations have been targeted and disproportionately impacted by tobacco use.
The FDA says it's moving to ban menthol in cigarettes and all flavored cigars in an effort to not only save lives, but promote better health equity. Campaigns to get Americans to stop smoking, which is the leading cause of preventable death in the country, haven't been universally successful.
In the United States, compared to non-Hispanic white smokers, significantly fewer black smokers report long-term quitting. And black smokers are more likely to die of tobacco-related disease than white smokers.
Studies have shown menthol makes smoking more appealing. The FDA says banning it would help prevent young people and new users from picking up the habit.
Cigarettes are the only legal consumer product that, when used as intended, will kill about half of all users prematurely.
The FDA hopes to have the ban in place in a year, saying it can't happen immediately because the proposed change needs to go through a legal public comment period.
But here we are, announcing an important action that will go a long way to addressing some of the most significant health inequities that exist.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
In a grim year for healthcare workers, 2 nurses in Kansas City grew closer together, falling in love, both fighting the pandemic, one in the ER, the other in the ICU. Alan Shope has their story of love in the time of COVID.
My plan today is to propose to my girlfriend, who is a nurse in the emergency room here.
It's pretty good plan on the rooftop heliport at St. Luke's on the plaza.
I'm expecting a flawless proposal and for her to say yes.
Hidden in a staircase with fears of a young couple's future fighting COVID somewhat behind him.
We were at times afraid to even see each other.
Because when you work in healthcare, there's
a lot of uncertainty.
And when the love of your life is equally in the fight.
There's just so many unknowns.
But this moment,
a little overdue.
Michael understands very well.
I wanted to catch her completely off guard.
Got some flowers for you.
Did you?
I did.
We've been dating for a very long time, and I fell so very much in love with you. Would you do me the honor of marrying me?
Yes.
COVID definitely gave us more time together, which I think really helped us fall deeper in love with each other.
I was a little bit more scared for him because he worked in the COVID ICU and just being exposed longer.
And now, a special moment in a very special place.
Came up here last 4th of July and watched fireworks here.
Fireworks that even a pandemic can't stop.
A Christmas miracle in April. 4-year-old twins in Kansas City made a Christmas wish list and put it in a balloon to Santa back in December. Well, a man more than 600 miles away in Louisiana found that balloon and made their wish come true. Ellen Tarun has their story.
This story starts in Liberal, Kansas back in December when 4-year-old Luna Gonzalez and her twin Janella let go of a balloon attached to a wish list for Santa.
Never expected anything to come out of just letting a balloon go and having my girls just send a letter to Santa.
But little did the family know someone would find that balloon.
I was deer hunting. I went to my other stand to check it out, and I saw the balloon in a treetop.
More than 600 miles away in Louisiana, Alvin Bamberg says God told him to take a closer look.
It was both girls' Christmas list and their wishes. Their mom had limited it to 4 items.
And right then and there, he decided to be Santa's helper, first posting the balloon and the note on Facebook to eventually find the girls who released it. Then he started gathering the gifts.
Friends, family, co-workers, old schoolmates, everybody just pitched in.
He then mailed the girls the presents.
He took the time out of his day while he was hunting just to go and grab it and see what it was. It caught his eye, and he could have just left it there. He could have just taken it home and left it there, but he put it on social media.
For a couple of little special girls and liberal.
But there was one item on the list that couldn't be mailed. And 2 weeks ago, Bamberg and his wife made the trip to meet the girls with their final gift.
See those two little girls smile like that? They got down on the ground. The puppy ran and crawled up in their laps. He was wagging his little tail so fast. I mean, there's no amount of money that you can put on something like that.
And now Bamberg is much more than Santa's helper.
Do you guys feel like you built a friendship that will kind of last a lifetime from this whole experience?
Of course, yes. Him and his wife are family to us now. They are.
How about you?
Of course. We're already planning our next trip up there in a month or two.
And his reason behind all of it is quite simple.
It's just the right thing to do. I mean, this world is crazy right now. People just need kindness.
A two-time cancer survivor has become the oldest living American. 114-year-old Thelma Sutcliffe has beaten breast cancer twice during her life. And according to the Gerontology Research Group, she became the oldest person in the U.S. earlier this month. That's after the previous record holder, a 115-year-old woman in North Carolina, passed away. Sutcliffe turned 114 last October. The community's spokesperson says Sutcliffe received cards, balloons, flowers, and other gifts. A little Chihuahua mix is inspiring all kinds of people to face their challenges head on. The pup is both deaf and blind, but that isn't stopping him from doing just about anything. Ella Rashofsky has the story of an adorable pup named Piglet.
Come on. Okay. All right, everybody, come on. Dean!
Melissa Shapiro agreed to foster this deaf and blind puppy 4 years ago, but they couldn't let Piglet go.
Piggy Lee. He has never had this much fun outside.
My reaction was, please, no, please, not another dog.
Her husband, Warren, knew Piglet would require more attention than their other dogs, and he wasn't sure they had the time. But they made it. Piglet's Instagram quickly went viral. Melissa realized the world could learn a lot from the pup.
Lily, there you go. There you go, big boy. Okay, he likes,
because he is so disabled. And when they see him moving along, not worrying about what he doesn't have, they feel inspired to do the same.
She created lesson plans teachers can download and use across the country to teach the Piglet mindset.
Acceptance, inclusion, empathy, and kindness, which we teach through this group of dogs that we have, accepting each other and Piglet.
Melissa takes Piglet to classrooms to show how she uses touch and smell to teach him commands, which Warren says prevents the pup from living in a quiet, dark world.
It really was to have a way of communicating with him where he would know that we're out here, we're happy with what he's doing, he should be proud of himself.
A world which he has brightened for his over 200,000 Instagram followers and students he's visited in person and over Zoom.
They say that he inspires them to be in the present, work hard to not just overcome, but just do their best every single day.
We want to leave you with a smile tonight. So, what have you been doing since the COVID-19 pandemic began? Well, one North Carolina boy hit the books hard. 12-year-old Mike Wimmer finished 4 years worth of schooling in a 12-month period, and we're not talking about middle school subjects. He completed his junior and senior years of high school and earned a 2-year associate degree. Now Wimmer is preparing to graduate from Rowan Cabarrus Community College on May 21st and from Concord Academy High School the following week. And if that wasn't enough, he's also the valedictorian of his high school class. As for what's next, Wimmer is considering job options in and out of the U.S., additional schooling, or a fellowship that would let him focus on his startup. Good luck to him. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a good night.